because I can still give his real credits. Because he co-hosts a podcast. You can find it on iTunes and Stitcher called Chase and Josh Talk. It's fantastic. I've been a guest once and they call me a piece of shit 20,000 times. Your next comedian is the other co-host of Chase and Josh Talk. And he just had a fucking baby. Welcome, Josh Watts!
Holy shit, guys, I did just have a baby. All by myself. Just me. No vaginas involved. Every time they say that, I get a little emotional because if she's 7 weeks old, she'll be 8 weeks old. She'll be 8 weeks old tomorrow. So now that he said that, I feel like I gotta get the cheesy shit out of the way now. So I will tell you, I've done most drugs, clearly. Most of them I've been there. But I will tell you, and as cheesy as this is, and then we'll get to, there is nothing that compares. There's no drug in the world that can come close to when you hold your baby for the first time while you're really high. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened. I mean, like stupid high. Like, I dropped her twice. Nobody was looking. I caught her with my foot on one. I was like, oh shit! Having a baby, it changes a lot of things. My wife and I, we don't talk anymore. We don't have conversations. Everything that we say to each other is a form, is like an accusation. She comes in the living room and goes, did you eat already? I see her, I'm like, hey, were you asleep? Just everything, like I'm trying to fight her constantly. And the only reason I want to fight her is because she's holding the baby, and if I knock her out, I can hold the baby. Like, it makes perfect sense to me. When she came out, even though I was stupid high, I did recognize that she was a very cute baby. And that made me very happy because I talked so much shit before she got here about babies. Look, if I saw you and you had a baby, I want to apologize now because I probably told you she was cute, but I guarantee you when I got home, I told Michelle how ugly your baby was, and we both just laughed and laughed and laughed. Like, this will never come back on us. Karma's not real. Turns out it's not. My baby's fucking adorable. There's things people won't tell you whenever you have a baby. People leave stuff out. They don't want to tell you. But look, I'm going to tell you how it works. I'll be honest with you because I don't care. It's a couple weeks. She's not here. She can't say I'm lying. I read 16 books before she got here. That's a real number. I read 16 books, and 4 of them were psychology books because I knew she was a girl, and I was fucking terrified. I had no idea. I didn't want to raise a monster. So, and what I realized is all the parenting books for dads end with very positive notes. Most of them end with like, hey, don't worry, you're probably not going to kill him, it's cool. Or like, hey, you can't fuck this up that bad. And it always just leaves you feeling like, okay, I got this. So I had timed out all the books because my baby was due on 3/11. So somewhere in the ethos, 1995, Josh was high-fiving the fuck out of me with a hemp necklace and a tie-dye shirt on. Probably just as high as I am now, which is that says a lot about me as a person. I'm good with that though. But I had them timed out so that on 3/11 I would read the one that I knew was positive because it had rainbows on the cover, and like they don't put scary shit after rainbows. It's all gonna be good. But she decided this is a precedent she set immediately because she came 2 weeks early like an asshole, and then for 8 weeks after that she's just been an asshole. It's crazy. She just said it right out of the gate with us. But when she came out, I had timed it out. I was ready. But then she came 2 weeks early, and the last book I read wasn't the one with rainbows on it. Last book I read ended with, oh, dude, really? You had a kid? You're probably gonna kill her. It's not gonna. This isn't good. You should leave her at a firehouse. They take them at all of them. You should just leave her there. And so I went into the living room with that on my brain, and on top of that, then it was 26 hours that she was in labor. Do you know how hard it is to sneak away and smoke a joint when your wife is in labor in the hospital? It's very difficult. It is very, very difficult. My friends, you'll realize if you have a baby, all your friends become experts. They're not experts on how to raise children. They're just experts on what you specifically are doing wrong. My baby cried the other day, and one of my wife's friends was over, and I went over and I picked her up because I'm a human with a heart, and she was crying. So I picked her up, and he goes, "Ooh, man, you don't want to do that." I said, "I don't want to do what?" He said, "Pick her up when she's crying, you're going to spoil her." So what should I do? He goes, "Look, it's the old thing my grandma taught me. She's from Thibodeau, so you know it's right. You take them and you put them. That's the real thing that he said to me. She's from Thibodeau, so you know she's right. And then he just kept going, didn't give me a chance to go, what does that mean? But he said, you put her in a wet paper bag with a frozen pickle. By the time she gets out of that bag, she stopped crying and everything is cool. And I said, I don't think I want you around my child. He goes, well, you know, spare the rod. I said, yeah, and spoil the child. He goes, oh, there's more to that? I said, oh, shit, get out of my house. What are you doing here? If you're a man with a baby, people assume you found it or stole it. If the woman is not directly next to you, very calm, because if a woman's next to you and crying, somebody's calling the cops. I had my baby on my chest, and my wife, we were going into Burlington Coat Factory because I'm raising a classy lady. And my wife, she shit all over herself because she was going into Burlington Coat Factory. I get it. And my wife's like, oh, you go change her. I said, yeah, I got this. So I took her out to the car. And I was changing her in the back. Another thing you need to know about having a baby is people will tell you anything. They don't give a shit. They will just say dumb shit right to your face. A lady walked up to me as I'm changing my daughter. She walks up. I don't know this lady. This is in a parking lot of Burlington Coat Factory. And she leans over my shoulder and looks at my baby and goes, oh, don't cry, baby. Daddy's just babysitting. Mommy will be back soon. And she looked at me and winked. I don't know this lady at all. And for some reason, this goddamn infuriated me. If I could have roundhouse kicked her in the face right then, I would have kicked that old lady until she was dead. But instead, I looked her right in the face and I said, Mommy's dead, so thanks a lot, lady. And then I just picked up my baby and walked away, and she just stood there, and I heard her mumbling something about church. And I was like, I might be a bad person for that. But then I saw my wife, and I screamed to the back of the store, hey, I saw a lady at work like you was dead. And everybody was staring at me. Another thing that happens with a baby is if you're a comedian, you will forget all of your jokes. And when you're on stage and your set locks, you get screwed. I don't think you ever. Jesus. I got baby brain. I got so mad today I had a rage hernia. I don't know if you've ever had one of those. I'm not going to explain it, just understand how bad it is. My neighbor came over to my house today. My neighbor's a huge piece of shit, and I hate everything about him and everything he stands for and believes in. The first thing he said to me when he moved in was, man, this alley smells a lot like weed, huh? Bunch of losers live back here, huh? I had a bong behind my back right then. I was like, I already don't like you at all. I'm never gonna. He came over to my house and he knocked on my door and he said, hey, do you remember that weed eater you let me borrow? It's broken. There it is, and there's the rest of it. And then he looked right in my arms and saw my daughter. He goes, oh my God, she's so cute. Can I hold her? Here's something people don't tell you. You can tell people, no. No, you can't. I looked that dude right in his face and said, no! And then I was like, oh shit, that was really aggressive. And I thought when I looked him in the face, I'd soften a little bit on it because it's so aggressive. But I didn't. I looked in the face and said, no! Fuck no! 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 You want to break the other thing I value most in this world? Get the fuck off my porch! I didn't let you pet my dog, you piece of shit! And then it was weird because my gate sticks. And I had to walk out right behind him to come to the show, so I was like, no, you gotta reach over it. You gotta reach over it, you fucking dum-dum. Guys, my name is Joshua.